Good morning and welcome to Hatua now session 8. We are at Africomm Development Center. Africomm is a community-based organization in Tharaka Nithi County. Tuko based in Chuka town, opposite Chuka Boys, first floor, room number 2. Hatua now is a civic platform, both online and offline, with an aim of unpacking leadership and governance, informing and engaging with citizens, and challenging youth to take responsibility of their civic rights. Our today's topic is Her Voice, Our Future. It's about women. It's understanding what women leadership is, because leadership is not just holding positions of power, it's what women bring to the table. It's what they prioritize and the change they bring to governance in the society. I am very honored to have my panel today. My panel is full of women, women of wit, and women that are enthusiastic in matters leadership and governance. I have Carol from Mugwe Ward. Carol is a woman that is very passionate about matters leadership and governance. She's also a young woman and a young leader. She's actively engaged in community initiatives and leadership spaces. She advocates for accountability, mentorship, and empowerment for the next generation of leaders. Karibu sana Carol. Claudia sasa.
Nzuri sana.
We have Claudia. Claudia is from Chuka University. She's a law student in Chuka University. She's very active in matters leadership and governance. And we had her vying in the last Chuka elections as a female non-resident.
Yeah.
And she's also the chairperson of Amnesty International Chuka chapter. And I have my audience hapa tuko na wao. I have women and I have men that we are here to engage in this conversation of today, so with that we understand the challenges that women are facing, the barriers that are there in matters political and leadership in tukikuja kwa wanawake sana sana. So I'm very excited and karibuni sana and welcome my very good panelist, and we can start. So Carol, beyond political positions, what is woman leadership?
I'll start by saying that leadership is not about titles. It's about what one is able to do or deliver in their respective places. And I would also say that women lead in their different capacities. When we come at look at homesteads, in businesses, in organizations, in institutions, we can see women leading outside the elective positions. So I would say that it's not about the elective positions, but it is about women standing up to raise their voices, to raise their contributions, so that they can bring changes, they can bring impact, and even change in the political space, and also in shaping inclusive governance and even justice in the political system. So they don't have to be in elective positions. They can bring changes wherever they are, in their families, in their businesses, in the institutions.
Good. Thank you so much. Claudia, what is your perspective on woman leadership?
Thank you. My perspective on woman leadership, from the definition of leadership itself, which is the ability to inspire, influence, and guide individuals to achieve a certain desired goal. So women leadership is women inspiring and influencing people to achieve certain goals in whatever capacity that they are in life. For example, mothers at homes, students who are at club leaders in schools, to members of parliament, such as governors, and women such as Mother Karua and Charity Ngiliu, and also Kamala Harris, who was vying for the presidency. So it's women inspiring and influencing people in different capacities of wherever they are. Yes.
Okay, so women leadership tumeambiwa it's about the impact that women bring across the board, in communities, in institutions, in political arena, everywhere. Wherever women are there, the leadership definitely is different.
Yes.
So how different is women leadership? Claudia, Tanzania wewe.
Okay, women leadership is different because with reference to the nature of women, we are nurturers and growers. We want to see things prosper, and yes. So wherever women are, we like to be inclusive. we like to be involving, and it's community centered. For example, in a home that has a mother and the children considers the whatever, if she has to cook the food, kila mtu atakula the chakula. And in for example, Her Excellency the Embu governor, if you see the development she's done in Embu, she's really brought impact in Embu. And as we saw the other day, she was really emphasizing on the 2/3 gender rule. Why so? Because it is in the nature of women to be inclusive and community centered, to ensure that everyone's needs is catered for in whatever capacity. Yes.
Yes, I would say that women lead differently. And some of the reasons is that women listen more, they build consensus, and they also focus on long-term impact. I want you to look at it even in a family setup. There is someone that said that behind every successful man is a woman. Meaning that naturally women have power to grow, they have power to multiply, and that is why you will realize that there is a difference between the development in a family setup where there is a man that is married and a man that is unmarried. Naturally, women are leaders, they are multipliers. So whatever you put in the hands of a woman is going to be multiplied. They also look at long-term impacts. When we look at the Sustainable Development Goals, they are focused on development that can be continued, development can be felt after several years, not something that is just going to be brought right now and maybe 5 years later cannot be felt. Women are people that will focus on developments that are going to have long-term impacts. And also, as I was saying, there is power that is in women that is not in men. And I was giving an example of women in the Bible. Look at the mess that Nabal did by not recognizing David as a king. David instructed that he and his whole household be destroyed. But Abigail, through the wisdom that she has as a woman, she went and intervened for the husband and even for the whole generation. Several other women like Akina Esther, like Akina Deborah, and all that. So I'd say that women lead differently.
Women lead differently. And I think you can also see impact of women leadership. And also we can see the struggle that has come with women leadership. From nilikuwa nasema, there was a time in colonial period where we wouldn't vote, and to the time where we can actually be elected. So that means that something has been done. There's been a journey, and hatuwezi kuwa tunafaitia kitu hivyo if there is no importance of it. So what is the importance of women leadership, or what kind of changes can you see if we elect women or if we patronize women in leadership? Carol.
What I would say, when women are included in leadership, as I have earlier said, we can see that there is sustainable development, there is inclusivity, there is just governance, and also I would say they also act as role models. When women are leading, it is an encouragement to the young people. It is an encouragement to the younger women to know that there is a space for them in the public service, and there is a space for them even in leadership. So it is important to give women a chance to lead.
Okay. Claudia.
Okay. So my opinion on that is when women are given they are given a chance or an opportunity to lead, we see it is important because from how we were nature setters, we have it brings diversity, because we bring the diversification of opinion and way of doing things. For example, if it is in leadership of the country and we are having women, when this gender or like the male decide this way and they are having a woman to, that diversification of opinions brings out better results to everyone. So yes, when you bring women in leadership, that diversification is really important. Yes.
Okay. To add on matters inclusivity, because when it comes to making policies and making laws, you cannot making policies about women when women are not there. You know, it cannot be we are talking about period poverty and there is no woman in the table, because no man would understand what period poverty is. So I also feel like when women are voted for, or when women are in elective position or in power positions, you realize that social problems kama period poverty, maternal health care, vitu kama the GBV, because GBV iko everywhere, sindio? Even in leadership, actually it's a challenge that women are facing everywhere. So I feel and I believe that when women are on those tables, they can make policies that are actually good for not only women alone but community as a whole, because kama vile wamesema, mwanamke ni mtu wa kujenga, mwanamke ni mtu nurturing. So when she goes there and she has the budget, and we're discussing with Carol, imagine if a woman was a chair of budget. Tuseme kama hapa Tharaka Nithi County we have only 2 MCAs, sindio? Wenye ni elected women wa Mariani and we will confirm kwa kwingine. So imagine tungekuwa probably tuko na elected MCAs kama 7, and then one of them akakuwa chairman of budget wa county, and unaweza ona pia penye pesa ataweka itakuwa very different, because things that women prioritize and things that men prioritize are 2 different things. And when a woman is put in that position, the society actually grows, sindio? Wanasemaga kama hiyo the river in the source, a home without daughters is inakauka or something like that. Okay.
And maybe to hand on that, it's good we note that women make up the up to half of the population. So not including them in governance and decision making risks incomplete policies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the impact that the 2010 Constitution had on women leadership. Like tulipata Article 81B where they wanna equalize women in leadership. So can you talk maybe about the 2-3 gender rule?
Okay. So thank you so much again.
Yes.
Concerning the 2-3 gender rule, it was introduced as a policy, as an affirmative action policy, to ensure that, because previously the governance and politics was majored on male. It was male dominated, and as we have stated earlier, when we don't have women in power, we see that men cannot be there to represent women, and yet they don't really know what concerns women.
Yes.
So that becomes, they make decisions and policies that are not effective to everyone, and it is not equal. And when the 2010 Constitution came in, it was brought up to ensure equality, inclusivity, as established in the Article 81 and also Article 95. Let me confirm that. 97 and Article 97 and Article 98, which established Article 97, women representation in parliament. Because before then, before the 2010 Constitution, the governance of women and women in politics and generally leadership was majorly, the country leadership was majorly male dominated. And with that, as you've stated, no, we can't, the government or leadership na uongozi mwema haiwezi kamilika if inclusivity is not part of the entire program. Yes.
So
I would say after the new constitution, there's the affirmative action seats, whereby we have special seats, or rather nominations, in the National Assembly, in the Senate, and in the County Assembly, whereby women are nominated by political parties depending on the strength of the political parties. So these seats do not come. Women are not given these seats after they've been elected, but rather they are nominated to ensure that there is that balance. Also, I would say due to decentralization, there was the county governments whereby we earn leaders at the county level and also at the county assemblies. This one open up more political seats, and I would say that one increased the chances for women to be in leadership. Kwa sababu tunaangalia, for example, in the county assembly, if women are not fully represented, political parties usually nominate women to the county assembly.
Yes,
so
yes,
devolution made women to have more chances of being in the leadership positions.
Nice. So the Constitution of 2010 came with a lot of changes on matters women in leadership, because tuko na Article 27 yenye ina promote equality and freedom from discrimination of any gender. Then we have the two that gender rule. Hiyo inamaanisha in public spaces and even in private spaces, I believe, like in institutions, and not only and in matters national governance or county governance, in everywhere. The two that gender rule inafaa ku apply in all institutions. Inamaanisha if unafaa ku employ watu 10 and you employ 7 women, 3 must be men. Or if you employ 7 men, 3 must be women. Hiyo ni ku promote gender equality. We also have the Article 81 yenye inasema gender balance in elective positions. We also have the affirmative action policies kama yenye ilisema every county lazima ikuwe na women rep. But nisikia hiyo affirmative ni expires 2027 ama expire lini? From maybe 2032 we will not be having any women rep because the policy haikuwa iende sana. And then there is the Political Parties Act 2011 yenye kwa political party, like it's a must, lazima ikuwe kwa in their constitution to promote gender equality. So to imagine that such changes zilikuja 2010, very recent, inamaanisha women tumekuwa mahali pabaya, not only politically but in all those others ways. So what are the common myths that are when women, like women are weak? You know, what are those common myths and misconceptions about women in leadership? President Claudia.
The common myths and misconceptions that because everywhere is even in Hatua campus is that women are weak. That is one. Women are they cannot make decisions, like proper decisions for everyone, and they make decisions from a point of from an emotional perspective. Yeah, they make emotional decisions, which is really not true. And you know, as I can use an example of even the campus politics, when they would say that, you know, when they are choosing presidents and the positions that were set for women, and which is not even in the constitution, Chuka constitution, is a lady can only have the seat of, it was only recently that we had the first woman as a treasurer in the KUSA. Before then, it was a lady could only take the position of vice chair lady, vice president, and organizing secretary, and the other seats for the G7. And why so? When I asked, they said because women, even the presidency seat, because women are not able to make decisive decisions that are logical. They make decisions from an emotional point of view.
Okay. It's a very common myth, which I naonanga ikiwa far-fetched, because emotional intelligence is a quality of good leadership. So if I cannot know how to deal with my emotions, I'm not really a good leader. You know. So what is the other myth you have had?
Women are homemakers.
Tukae nyumbani. Tuachane na mambo ya siasa.
It is quite unfortunate. I was having a discussion with one of my friends. Nikimwambia that I'll be vying for the position of MCA. Akaniambia, mimi nikidhubutu kusimama hiyo, bwanangu ataniambia nichague katikati ya kuwa MCA ama kumanage the family. So imagine such a woman, and she's a woman that is fit for that position. Actually, angesimama MCA mogo ward angepatiwa, but she's being limited due to the fact that nafasi yake ni nyumbani. And there is also another misconception that women cannot balance between family and leadership. Inasemekana wale wanawake ambao wamelemewa na familia ndio wanaingia kwa siasa. But that is not true, Valentine, because tunaangalia that women are doing very well in the families. They are doing well in businesses. They are doing well in community leaderships. Na hata tukiangalia, let us look at people like Anne Waiguru, the governor of Canada. We have Gladys Wanga. We have Susan Kihika. We have even the president of the judiciary is a woman, Madam.
Yes.
Ama ni aje?
Nivo.
So if we look at women like even like Kamaris, so I would say that it is working, and those stereotypes and myths are far-fetched. Women can lead, and we have seen them leading even outside the political space.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is other myth that is very common in all sectors, that women don't support their fellow women.
You know, ni ukweli. It's even a myth.
Yeah, it's a fact.
No.
It is a fact. It is a fact.
Yeah.
Tunasemanga kwa fasihi ya kwamba mwanamke ni adui ya mwanamke mwenzake. Na ukichunguza vizuri unaweza andika kitabu kudhibitisha kwamba mwanamke ni adui ya mwanamke mwenzake. So I think it's the high time women understand that the power that is in other women, and even decide to support them, because even in numbers, if women decide to support fellow women, we are going to make it.
It's unfortunate that we are having a discussion of women, and when you ask that question, it is it's sad to say that is
the truth.
Yeah, that is true. Unfortunately, because tunaangalia we are being realistic and honest. Tukisema they don't that they are the enemy of other women. Mwanamke akisimama aseme ninataka, I want to do something, like venye umesema I want to vie for presidency. If it is someone wacha tuseme example ya Sakaja. No, maybe I shouldn't be using
No, mention names.
Yeah. You know, it will say that he was being voted for because of the dimples. And ukisikia perspective ya watu, they were like, they didn't even know the person before he even got there, tukue too honest. And when a woman comes, the women are like, okay, sorry to say, but watu wako zile za like, sasa huyu aliona, even hata kwa lower level, you start a business or you're doing something greater than what she is doing. And it was a discussion I would think I once had with my friends, when we are at par with someone and then the person sees that tulikuwa hapa pamoja, we were doing things of comfort, or we are hanging out, we are doing zile vitu za kawaida, but the moment I decide to go above her, unaanza kuona, you know, our personality and characters, unaanza kuona kidogo kidogo, unashangaa why, just because they feel like nawe mbona umeamua ukue like ufanye hivyo, mbona tusibaki tu tukue venye tumekuanga,
lazima tu uende mbele.
Lazima tu uende mbele. So
okay, let me ask the audience, is it true that women are their own enemies? Hakuna mtu ako against that thing? Okay, kuna mtu ako na another aseme they are not their own enemies? Nyote mnakubaliana?
Yes.
Oh my God, this is this is a sad state. But where does that even come from?
Everyday life.
I think in the nature of women too. Just the way they are natural.
It's not nature, but it's everyday life.
Let's go to Skiza kwa yetu moja.
Okay, I think it's the way the society has perceived women, and then sisi sasa we have went ahead to embrace that. Okay, when the society says a woman cannot read, you just go ahead and embrace that. Say, okay, is that what? Okay, maybe for example, the one that has mentioned, mwenye anasema, my husband told me either to pick between leadership or family. So anasema, so now you want to start to vie for a leadership position instead of sitting back at home to like nurture your family. So I think that hatred or that that thing of not supporting your fellow woman comes from the way the society views us as women. We tend to embrace that thing and spread the hate. You see, for example, tukitoka hapa nje and okay, the thing about let me mention dress code, and then a woman is like, most of the people, men will not be concerned at all about the way you're dressed, but the fellow women, that is a strat, that is a... Why? Because, okay, when we take all those things that have been put across just to use it against you, they are the first one to judge you, they are the first one to throw all that shade at you. Why? Because we are not trying to deconstruct the way the society tries to view women. And if we work on deconstructing all those things, I think maybe that opinion can change.
Yeah.
Any other different opinion? Okay. Maybe I would love to say, hiyo kitu ya ati women are their own enemies. I don't believe in that, because I've been raised by women. Like my support system is purely women, and my friends are purely the best friends you could ever meet, and most of them are women. And I don't see my friends going against me because we are women, or because, like, I think it's a social construct. Vile amesema, kama tuliambiwa tu women cannot lead. In the same way, I think this kitu ya women are their own enemies will come along. Because if you are supported by women, I swear hakuna mali utaenda fa ushangae. If women decide to hold your hand, that is the best empowerment you would ever have. So I think that is a social construct, and we should go away with it. Start with your friends, start with your neighbors. Kama when you learn to mwenye ati beshte yangu amepata job na she's a woman, you start talking ill about her, and stop. Amata, I think this comes from the family level. Now my man is going for that other woman, and now you start. It's not the other woman, it's your man, man. Check your man. So kindly kuna myths mingi about women, and most of them are not true, because I don't believe women are each other's enemies. Even I swear I don't believe in it, and yet we are very capable of leadership in all levels, in home levels and all other levels. So how do these myths affect young women leaders? Because ona kama hiyo yenye women do not lead, umeona kama huyo amekataa kwenda kusimama MCA just because. So I think those myths are very limiting to youth leaders to begin with, and to not even just youth women leaders, but at the older generation, right? Yeah, so us as women, it's our responsibility first to deconstruct that myth. Because we are very, very capable, actually. So let's now talk about policies. Policies that exist to support women in leadership. Claudia, can you start with you?
Yes. We have the affirmative action, which is established in the Constitution. When the 2010 Constitution has really been inclusive about everyone. When you mentioned about Article 27 on equality and no discrimination, no one should be discriminated, and also about the Article 97 and 98 on women in how that Article 81 on the 2/3 gender rule. On the 2/3 gender rule, whereby, as you've said, before then, you really explained it well. Before then, that meant that wanawake wako wanajiriwa kwa companies.
Yes.
Women weren't being employed. Women weren't in power. Women weren't in leadership. Like they were just a very dormant gender in the society when it comes to anything that involves uplift.
Yes.
But after those policies were brought up, kama hiyo the 2/3 gender rule, the affirmative action, and the articles that speak against discrimination, we've seen that we've gotten to places. We've gotten to places kama Mother Karua, Charity Ngili, Mother Koome right now,
yes.
And great women are becoming so easy to hear so many. And umeona even recently, when you look at the KCSE and KCPE, hata before we weren't even studying, ndio wakaanza kufuatilia like
Yeah.
Ndio wakaanza even when we are doing KCSE and KCPE, the reason they say the number of women and the number of men is for us to see the progress of how far we've come.
True,
Now, ukinotice siku hizi we've really had good improvement when it comes to that. In fact, siku hizi the ladies in education are more than the men, which is good because we've seen we are nurturing and tumeanza kupunguza a lot of things. So unaona, you know, when a woman is not educated and a woman is not impacted to become something that is fruitful and beneficial and like to herself and to the society, inakuwa ni kama tunaongeza burden kwa the society. Because if we are not led to become those people we want to become the teacher, become the doctor, become the politician, or even have an opportunity to be in school, what else do we do? Give birth to children. Give birth to children we are not able to raise. Unaona. So those policies that have been implemented have really had an impact. Yeah.
Okay, as we talk about policies, we also have to understand that affirmative action, like, why is it so hard for it to be fully implemented? Like not the affirmative action, to that gender role, why is it so hard for it to be implemented?
I'll talk of cultural barriers. Cultural barriers. Sababu kwa mfano, let us talk of communities that have not really embraced women into leadership and even education. Utapata as much as kuna positions for women to take those positions are not there. Alafu bado I would say hakuna pia political goodwill. Unapata as much as the policy is there, as much as the rule is there, the political will to implement is not there. Yeah.
Okay. So the policies zimepata tukapata, for example, in Tharaka Nithi County, walikuwa elected to MCAs peke yake, si ndio? And walikuwa wanahitajika kama 22 MCAs. So ukiangalia hao wengine like wanakuwa nominated. Unapata wako nominated as women, wamekuwa nominated wengi so that to balance to that gender role. I think in politics try so hard, but in huku kwingine in corporations, kwa public sector, I don't think wanaiangalia sana. And it's true because of cultural beliefs and also the women like wanasema hawako empowered enough to nini. So we will take a very short break to drink some tea and then we'll be back. Mbona tunaenda break?